Stop it. Well, welcome back to another Basket to Basket from the sideline. I'm your host, Troy. And we got the word of the day for you guys. And it's especially owned by Mel today. Some bitch assness is the word of the day today. Sorry, boo. That's what we went with. You feel me? But on the dock today, we got Jayson Tatum's return. We got some comments by J.R. Smith saying that it's always been Brown's team, which I don't think nobody should agree with. We got the Rashad McCants crying because I love picking on Rashad McCants, so we got to throw him on the dock. And then we got Russ comments with the media game show for you guys. We're going to get to it.
From the hardwood floors to the rafters packed. Welcome to the show. This is Basket to Basket, where the crowd gets loud and the takes get drastic. Breaking down every play, every stat, no plastic. Yo. We talk legends, rookies, dynasties built. From the drive to the dish to the splash, from the tilt. From the opening tip to the closing act. We got the insight you need, straight fact, no cap. From the garden to the bay, where the nets stay snapping. To the shy, where the sky and the vibes stay cracking.
What's up? Let me put that. I forgot to click the other fellas on the screen real quick, my B. That's all me. But anyway, as you guys heard, we got Jayson Tatum's return. We're gonna jump right into it. My boy is back. I'm back. It's just I guess it's just a home welcome for everybody. Boo-wop, I want to start with you since you're the Jayson Brown JT splitter upper on the show. What do you think about JT's return? 2 games. He has a game tonight at 8 p.m. right after we get off. What do you think about JT's return?
I'm still up in the air about it. Part of me think it's just too premature. But I mean, the fan of me still kind of just want to see this team at full strength. So it's just like I'm kind of just again. I'm a player guy, so I think the player should protect himself in this situation because again, once you become labeled as injury prone, especially young in this league, like that could deteriorate your career faster than anything. So I'm hoping that he's fully comfortable with playing. I hope he's not playing for to kill some narrative that that's been being created this year, obviously. But I hope he's just playing because he's truly 100%.
Mel?
Yeah, no, he definitely playing to prove some shit because of the narrative. I think the noise got too loud. And anybody with his type of ego, not saying he's a bad person, but he feels like he's the star of the team. So once it gets out that it's Jaylen Brown's team. Jaylen Brown has a chance to win MVP. He already won a Finals MVP. He's got that in him where he's just like, I have to prove myself again. And that's where he's at. Like, I don't like the fact that because his first game back was the Dallas game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, I don't like the fact that he played 27 minutes, took 16 shots.
Well, I mean, his 27 minutes was broken up in spurts. 6 here, 7 there, 6 in the first quarter, 7 in the second quarter.
Yeah, but if you look at the output, that he was very active for those 20. It wasn't like he was trying to feel his way back into the game. It was like, I'm going back into Tatum mode, even though
Brown took more shots than him in that game.
He took one more shot.
Right. Still took more. He took one more shot than him in that game, which also tells me that he's still allowing Brown to get his shots off, just like Brown would.
But Jaylen, he took 17 shots. Devin White took 16, and Tatum took 16.
Yeah, it sounds about accurate to me.
Nah, he shouldn't take that many shots on his first game back. No,
I think it definitely depends on how he feels, though. I don't know if I agree with you, Mel, that it's something to prove. I don't think JT thinks he has anything to prove. I think him coming back maybe to prove to himself that he can do it. Other than that, it would be, hey, we're right here on the cusp. We can win another championship this year. I think those are the two things.
No, he said himself he ain't coming back to be a number 2. So it's been on his mind.
Right, because he was always the number 1. Why would he come back? And I think, and I wasn't here last week, so I don't know what you guys' opinion was on. I wasn't able to grab the videos yet and break them down. But to me, him saying I'm not coming back to be a number 2, why should he?
Because he hasn't been playing all year.
All right, do we ask that of any other star?
When they first come back? Yeah, no, Steph Curry sat on the bench when he first came.
That is Steph and the coach's decision, right? Now, was the coach's decision in Boston?
You asked a question, I'm just giving an answer.
Okay, but that was the coach's decision. Is it the coach's decision in Boston to sit Tatum to let him come off the bench? No, it's to put him in the starting lineup because that's the agreement they have. Tatum can say whatever he wants. The coach has to make the move.
Right, but it's also what kind of like what Buap said. You got to protect the player from themselves.
Sometimes, and I agree there. Do I think it's too early for Tatum to come back? Well, I'm with you. I'm a Boston fan. I would have let him sit out the whole year and see what we could do or what we have. You feel me? But I do understand that how Boston is sitting in the 2nd seed, 3rd seed without him. So just you got to think their thought process is, what would we be with him?
Right. So that's why my point is he came back to try to prove a point. Him saying he's not coming back to be the number 2 was him telling everybody, fuck that.
Yeah, and but I think if you're going where I'm going, Mulich, he didn't leave a number 2, so why would he come back to be a number 2? Because now I get it, you would want him to take it slow coming back, but that still doesn't mean he comes back a number 2.
But the team has been doing what, like you just said, the team is a number 2 seed without him.
2, 3, 4 seed, yes.
Why would you come in and disrupt that?
I don't know if he's disrupting it though. We beat the Cavs the next game with him shooting 16 shots and making 6 again.
Right, but
that's a conference. That's a tough matchup.
I understand, but him being a number 1, that means the offense flows through him the way that it used to. The offense hasn't flowed like that all season.
Right, but whenever your number 1 comes back, the offense goes right back to him.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, but not like in these type of situations though. Like when you have a guy that's playing at an MVP caliber, like Jaylen Brown is, that's the thing. It'd be different if Jaylen Brown was giving you about 23, 24 a game. Like, and even then, that makes less sense for why he would come back if the team didn't really look like they were doing this well, right? If they was like a 7, 8 seed, I don't think he comes back because I don't think that narrative is like as loud.
I'm not saying that the narrative might not be on his mind, but I'm not taking the narrative because this is, to me, this ain't nothing that Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown haven't been through in the 4 or 5 years that they played together. It's always been a narrative around these guys of separating, and I think it's just the same as this year, just more prevalent because Tatum is out and Brown is playing. But if we go back a couple of years when Brown got injured and he missed a week or 2, this was the same noise that they were making for Jayson Tatum. The same noise, but it's just carried out longer because he missed longer time.
Right, and that therein lies. That's why the echoes are louder, because what happens is if the second player misses a week or 2, they miss a month, and the other player, the number 2, plays outstanding. That's one thing. If the number 2 goes out and the number 1 plays outstanding for a month, it's all right. When you have a player who's been out this long, and the echoes were whose team it really is, and Jaylen Brown, I'm just saying, and Jaylen Brown is doing what he's doing, that now turns in that all that shit, it gets amplified now. And Tatum
I didn't even know he said the comment where he's not coming back to be a number 2, because that does imply that he's hearing the narratives and he's kind of feeding into it.
Well, did he just say that, or was he asked the question?
I don't care.
It matters though.
It don't.
100%. Yes, it does.
It really don't. He should just, because it's a ways to answer the question without saying that.
But that's the way he chose to answer it.
He right, and that still like that.
Are you coming back to play behind Brown? I'm not coming back to be a number 2.
Okay, like.
But what if that's conversations that him, Musala, and fucking Jaylen Brown had? We don't know.
All right, I hear you, but I'm still I can only judge it from how, you know what I'm saying, from my lenses and what I'm seeing. I still view that as someone that's somewhat hearing narratives,
from
that's
the
somewhat want to prove himself, as if he's not a proven player already. Like that's what I'm seeing.
I'm
I
not
can't
totally
help it.
dismissing it, but I don't think it's that. I think it could be some of that, but I definitely think the team is in a position to win that they could win a championship. Could they do that without JT? I don't think JT thinks so, and I don't think the team thinks so. If the team felt like he was not ready to be back on that floor, guess what? Jayson Tatum will not be back on that floor.
It came from a series that he's doing called The Quiet Work, and where he stated, I'm not coming back to be no role player or a second option.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'm not coming back to being a role player or second option either. I'm
Yeah,
Jayson
but you don't
fucking
have to
Tatum.
even say that. You don't
You
say that if
don't.
you Jason
You don't.
Tatum.
You don't. But he
You
chose
don't.
to say it, so now he got to stand on it.
And yeah, now that just put more pressure on him.
Monkey's on his back.
Yeah,
But the pressure's always been on his back. That's what I'm trying to say.
Like this.
Yes, it has.
It's-
When
it's
Brown won
cool.
the Finals MVP, the pressure was on his back, just like this.
Okay, it's cool. It's cool having pressure when you're not coming back from a fucking Achilles injury. It's cool.
Right, 100%. But I don't think this pressure is any other pressure. Like, why would this get to him? But none of the other talk got to him.
Because you're coming back from Achilles injury.
Right.
And
he was,
and also does so.
before.
So him coming back, every player that comes back, when KD went down, did KD not come back with something to prove?
Yeah, but
But
nobody. But it wasn't. It wasn't
I know
the
it's a
same
different
thing.
scenario. There was nobody that was in hunt for MVP. I get you, right? But every superstar, when they get hurt, they are expected to come back, and we're looking at them like, what are you going to be after this injury? Jayson Tatum probably has that in his head, like, shit, I got to get out there. I've been doing this back here. I got to show him now I'm ready to go. And I think that's what it more is, that he's ready to go. He's healed up. If people have come back faster than him, people have come back around the same time as him. So I don't know if it's any difference from the narratives to what everybody else and their healing process of their Achilles is. Kevin Durant came back, I think, in 10 less days than Jayson Tatum. I think it's 583 to 582 of not 592.
Five what?
I think it's 582 days that KD missed. Yes, it is.
No,
I saw it the other
it
day.
ain't. Troy, that's almost 2 years.
300, yeah,
Jayson
it's
Tatum
almost-
ain't been
no,
out
hold
almost
on.
2 years.
Hold on.
It's like a year and a half.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like a year and a half. KD missed a lot of time from Golden State. He missed the season, and then he came back the next season and played 35 games. It's about 500 and some days.
But KD
That's not
missed.
counting. That's not counting. That's also counting
They got hurt roughly around the same time. KD got hurt. Well, he got hurt in the finals technically, but I think he was hurt before that. But the reality is, it happened around late May. You know what I'm saying? Like KD missed the whole season, the entire next season. Jayson Tatum is coming back. I didn't agree with him when Paul George did it when he came back after that gruesome ass injury and came back in the, you know what I'm saying, to play like the last 20 games of the season. I didn't think that was cool.
So they don't got days here; they have months.
No, I got it.
No, so
he missed 552 days.
Yeah, KD missed more days than him. KD missed 18 months. Jayson Tatum missed 10 months.
Not even a year.
Klay Thompson missed 14 months. Wesley Matthews missed 7.5 months. Kobe did it in 8 months.
Kobe came back too fast.
He got the Kobe mentality, though, bro. That's what it is.
Yeah, but Kobe came back too fast.
We can't take that away from him.
I thought Kobe. I didn't agree with Kobe coming back that fast.
And it says that NBA typically miss 9 to 12 months, and Tatum is in that realm.
Yeah, but I don't care that he's trying to be like Kobe, because the reality is he has a Kobe was you know what I'm saying, at year 16, year 17, already done established who he was, like truly was. His career was pretty much solidified. This is not the same thing, bro. It's just not.
Yeah. And I don't think Tatum needed.
And I think
if he wanted to play, and I get he probably he was going to come back this season. I think he comes back maybe another 2 weeks, 3 weeks from now, like just to be ready for the playoffs. Like I don't think playing right
But
now.
would you want to rust him? See, that's my thing. I would rather him if he's going to come back right now. So we work the rust off of him. He gets back in the flow before we use him in the playoffs.
He comes back a week and a half before the playoffs starts.
I don't know if that's enough time. I don't know if that's enough time to get him ready for the playoffs.
Well, he's taking.
I think it is.
If he does what he does now, because at that point, a lot of the other teams are going to be resting guys. So he doesn't have to worry about real competitive.
That's true.
Basketball.
That's true.
So he can test his lift, his jump shot, get his rhythm without having to worry about we gotta win this.
But
game.
then if he's going against the second squad or whatever it is, when he gets in the playoffs, now he has to play the top guys with the top defenses. What does he do then?
But you just
that don't matter. That don't matter once you got the rust off.
That's why I think Tatum is saying, "Let me get it off now." What, we got a month of basketball left before the playoffs?
Something like
16 games or something like that left. Like, let me get it off now.
And you got more than 16, but it's like roughly about 5 weeks left.
Yeah, it's like 20
let me get the rust off now. Then after the rust is off, I get in a groove, and now we go into the playoffs with me being me. I don't see no problem.
You could have did that the last 2 weeks. He could have just been practicing with the team, playing scrimmage games with the team, and then you get him in real game time. Like Mel said, the last 2 weeks of the season, most teams are resting.
Yes.
And that way you can give Tatum the offense. You can rest Brown because they're going to most likely rest some of their guys. Now you can let Tatum go out there and ball out like a little bit, like get his shit off, win or lose, because it don't matter, right? It don't matter at this point. You're just doing what you need to do to get the rust off.
Yeah. Well, it kind of matters, but yeah, I get you.
And then the second part of that is, at least for me, what I would think about it is bringing him back this early. What happens if there's swelling? If all of this stuff starts to happen because he's doing too much, and then the swelling hits right when the playoffs start.
I mean, that could be a thing, but that could happen later on down the road. Even if you bring him back later, he can still have swelling.
Think about how many weeks he's going to play now, and think how many weeks there are.
But he's not going to play every single game. He's going to sit. They're going to rest him. They're going to rest him.
I don't know about that.
They're going to rest him. They're not going to be stupid. They're going to rest him. Trust me, they're going to rest him. I think he plays this Spurs game that's tonight, and then he maybe sits out the next two. They're not going to play him all the way through to the playoffs and we also have to understand his first game back, the nigga had a triple double.
He
almost had a triple double.
This is something I ain't never really seen before, like for real. So like far as having an MVP caliber player and a player like Tatum having that type of injury, the team overachieving more than people thought they should. I've never really seen it. Most of the time, again, it's a testament to Brown, right? Because he stepped his game up and he got that team to where they needed to get. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's kind of like a gift and curse though, because I still feel like, especially after hearing that comment, that this still is a little rift there. Like somewhere it might not be as loud as it once was, because obviously they won now, but I think it's something there.
I don't think there's nothing there. Them two guys are fucking friends, bro.
Don't mean nothing.
Hey, we thought Kobe and Shaq. Kobe and Shaq was friends.
Ain't no thinking. Those guys are friends. They're not. Kobe and Shaq wasn't out here like Jaylen Brown and JT is. They're not. Let's not do that. They're not out together. Like they're together. Trust me. They put the noise away of there's no rifts there. I don't want to talk about its rifts there. We don't. Tatum should have never said that. I'm with you 100%. He could have mixed his words a lot better there. But that's how the guy feels. It's my team. I'm coming back to my team. Is that a slight towards Brown? You can take it like that, but I don't think Brown is.
If I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm going to take that shit like that.
That's you. That is you guys.
Why wouldn't he?
I don't think Jaylen take it like that.
Why wouldn't he?
Why would he? That's his partner.
Because I've been playing well without you, gang. You supposed to be like the correct comment to say in that situation would have been like, man, I'm here to do whatever the team needs.
The team needs for me to win 100%.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
I agree with you.
Words have power, bro. Like if I'm Jaylen Brown,
100%.
I'm not saying I would just take it to heart, but I'd be like, damn, why you saying that way, you know what I mean? Like,
but you don't think them two would have
damn.
talked about if Jaylen had a problem, he would have went to like Tatum, like, damn, bro, like,
Yeah, but we don't see that.
They're cool, like, right? We don't, and that's what I'm saying. We have to also look at the parts or think about the parts that we don't see.
No,
we talk about it from one. We talk about it from one end. You guys just said, if I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm taking it this way. But what if Jaylen Brown didn't take it that way? He took it the other way, right? Yeah, and if I'm Jaylen Brown, I'm not taking it that way
because we're taking the words of Jayson Tatum. We don't know what happened, so you can't say, "Well, he went into the back." Now, if Jaylen Brown came out and said, "You know, I understand where Tatum coming from," I would. That's but that's not what's being said.
But see, we always say some things should stay behind locked doors. Tatum comments should have stayed behind locked doors, and maybe Jaylen Brown's response was behind locked doors.
Yeah, but
maybe Jaylen did it the right way. Like we don't know what their conversations throughout the year were either. Jaylen Brown and Jayson Tatum. Brown probably knew when Tatum was coming back. There's been murmurs of Jayson Tatum coming back all season. But murmurs have been coming back all season.
But
that he wasn't going to sit this season out. He was going to play at some point at some time. So does that take away from Jaylen Brown knowing what he has done for the team now of Tatum saying it months ago of I'm coming back sometime this year, or the team saying come back? It's possible Tatum could come back. What is the difference from them saying it down to him coming back now? It's because if Brown is in race for the MVP.
If there was conversations between Brown and Tatum about when I come back and what's it going to look like when I come back, then that's one thing. But we can only speculate based off of the comments that there was never that conversation.
We don't know. We can speculate, but we just don't know.
If they did have that conversation, Tatum would have been like, look, I'm coming back to help the team get to where we need to get to.
100%. But
he didn't. He said, I'm not coming back to be a role player or number two.
Right, because normally when somebody gets injured off their Achilles, what do they come back and be? A role player or number two?
Not as of recently, though.
No, not as a recent, but that's the history shows it. When a guy gets injured, history shows when a guy gets injured, Steph Curry, he sits on the bench for a little bit and then works his way back into the starting lineup.
Yeah, but it's
35 games, even though
not the superstar caliber players though. Like the only one that in recent years would be Kobe, like that didn't come back himself. Like, and he was 35 years old, so that was a different story. But Kevin Durant was like 30 years old. So, and the way the game is played today, like you can get away. I'm not saying that Jayson Tatum should be fine. Like that injury is not as nasty as it used to be career ending. Yeah, it's not 100%. That no more. It's not
because of the technology and where medicine is.
Yes, it's not that no more. So like Tatum, most of the time what slow players down after injuries is themselves. They're afraid to test their limitations again.
Trust me, I know. When my jaw got broken, I was scared to try.
I
was scared to go in the hole. It's just I didn't want niggas to pop my shit out.
No,
I get it.
That is
nah, nigga. I'm not saying fuck y'all. I'm not saying pause no back, nigga. No more. I got a new back. Anyway, J.R. Smith said these words. The Boston Celtics have always been Jaylen Brown's team. Players agree, and it's the media that tries to make it Jayson Tatum's team. It's always been his team. Why are we going to keep talking about it? Jaylen Brown, he's a leader. It's always been his team. For the players, I'm pretty sure it's his team. For everybody else in the media from outside, it's Jayson Tatum's team. That's what they want it to look like. Jaylen Brown is the leader of that team 100% on and off the court. Is he right, Mel?
No. Is Jaylen Brown is he a good basketball player? Yes. Is he better than what you would consider a number two option? 100%. But that's Jayson Tatum's team.
What?
No, I don't agree with that at all. Stay off the Henny gang. I'm just saying, bro, like, to me, to say something like that is just bold and wrong to me. Like, it would be fair to say, if anything, they're a great duo. You know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, that's what they've been. Like,
right.
It Tatum's team to some degree for sure, because to me he has the what I think it's 4 first team All NBAs. This might be Jaylen Brown's first year ever getting one of those. To me, Tatum's just been a little bit better, a little bit more consistent. We've seen the peaks of these players. This is Brown's peak, obviously, this year. I still don't see him being better than Tatum at his peak. He's playing amazing too. Again, he's playing some of the best basketball I've seen from a number 2 in recent years. But I just cannot say it's his team. It's always been his team. Is he probably more got a better, rapport with some of the guys on the team? Probably. You know what I'm saying? He seems like that type of guy, more personable than a Jayson Tatum from that, like from a leadership standpoint. Like I can see that for him. But that's no more than when the Bulls used to feel like Scottie Pippen was their guy, their locker room guy, like versus Jordan. Jordan led with a iron fist, where Scottie kind of galvanized the guys. Let's be team camaraderie, all that good shit.
I didn't say anything.
You did say it.
No,
Cut it up.
Yeah, Troy is the no pause king.
Yeah, cut it up, man. Send it my way. I will post it. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't. I'm gonna cut this video up too, so make sure you send it to me before I get it. I don't care, man. Blow us back. I'm just saying. Listen, all right,
bro, man. Fuck.
I'm back, baby. I'm back, baby.
Casual.
You miss me? You miss me? That's right.
Yeah, you not that tote. We miss you. Glad your back's good. Pause.
I want to say this, right? When we talk about rips, right, in players' relationship, this is what the rips are. The rips or the holes or whatever. This is what they are. It comes from media. Like J.R. Smith is media now. He's on a podcast. He's talking his shit, giving his opinion. He's media now. He might not be a journalist, but he is media. Like, So when we saying the media says Jaylen, no, nigga, we just know who's the better player. I always say this. Jaylen Brown is not that far from Jayson Tatum in skill level. They are not that far from each other. They are not. Like, they both truly could be number ones if you build the right team around Jaylen Brown. You have to build the totally right team around him. That's why I'm prefacing by saying you have to build the whole team, and it has to be right around Jaylen Brown for him to be a complete number one. Do I think he can win a championship by himself? No. He would need another number 2 that can give him 25 to 28 points. That's just it. Because Brown can give you 30 consistently. We see that. He can give you 30 consistently. You get another guy in there 25 points with a good role-playing cast, they might win a championship. It just depends on how the chips fall. But can Tatum win a championship with another guy than Brown? Yes, 100%, because he's that type of guy. You feel me? I don't think it's just Brown that Tatum wins with, Boo. I don't care what face you make. But the riffs come from guys like J.R. Smith. It's always been Brown team. Just last year in the playoffs, and even when we won, niggas was talking about Jaylen Brown's a turnover machine. Jaylen Brown's a turnover machine. He gives up the ball too much. He can't dribble with his left. He can't go this way. He can't do that.
These are true. These things were true.
Right. These are true. No, these are true. Because he's still that same player.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
I can't say that. I cannot say that. I cannot.
We get honestly.
You don't see it that much because Tatum's not on the floor. You will see it again when he's trying to force things and make things happen and get his points and get his stats and make sure he's contributing. Those same things will come back.
Then he's regressing. Back. He's regressing if he has to force things while Tatum's on the court. Then he's regressing. But
that's what it's always been, right? We've never seen Brown in this capacity this long by himself. When we see him with Tatum, he struggles to hold on to the ball, right? Could he have worked on that 100%? But if we're saying all this last year, and then Tatum's down, and now everybody's like, Boston's in this. Listen, if Boston was never in this place, well, I agree with you. Nobody be saying shit. It wouldn't be Jaylen Brown's this, Jaylen Brown that. It'd be like, when Tatum come back, we need Tatum. So the narrative is always going to switch with however the team boat is floating. Boston boat is floating down the river really good. So I'm going to ride the wave with who's there. Who's there right now? Jaylen Brown. But if Tatum was there, could Tatum not do the same thing?
but Tatum has done the same things already. That's
Right.
the thing. We
That's
know
my
Tatum
point.
is capable of doing these things. The thing about it is, again, with Brown, I would be that's the thing with Kuminga. Like, you can tell Brown has gotten better. Is he
Every year.
like do we still have some? I'm saying like completely better though this year. Like, his handle is a little bit tighter. His decision making is a little bit better. His shot diet is better. Like, all of these things are a player working on their craft versus, you know what I'm saying, like what we're trying to figure out with a guy like Kuminga. Like, Brown has worked on his craft year by year and he's gotten better. Is he?
And
Do I think he's a number one option? No.
I got it
No.
confused. I thought Tatum got to Boston first.
No, Brown got there first.
No, Jaylen got there first.
Mm-hmm.
And he just been a regular nigga for a good minute.
Ooh. Jaylen Brown?
His first 3 years was not all that. Like, but Tatum's
6,
like
14, 13.
Yeah,
He's got
like
better every year, though. I will give him that. He has
Yeah,
gotten
he did.
better every year.
Right. But Tatum came in like that.
Yeah, that's why I said but because Tatum came in like this and Brown's been getting better, that's why I'm saying their skill is not that far off from each other.
No, they're not equal.
I'm not saying they're equal. I'm not saying they're equal. Tatum is better than Jaylen Brown, but Brown
don't really
is
know
not that far behind him.
I don't know nothing besides, I would say, I think Brown's a better driver of the basketball than Tatum. That's about it. That's literally about it.
I mean, he had top Brown, man. I don't know. Brown didn't have top Brown. Tatum did.
I know, but I'm saying that when I'm talking about driving, I'm talking about obviously consistency of it, like the way they get their baskets. Brown is just simply a more aggressive player to most people. He plays aggressive.
Yeah.
Tatum plays pretty to people. Like, a lot of shit Tatum does, that's why he does get the criticism that he do, because people think he could have a better shot diet. He takes a lot of questionable twos, that's damn near threes, where he's like, gee, get in your mid-range game, get in your you know what I'm saying, your post-up game, your 6'10". Like it's some things that Tatum does that allows these conversations, because the talent that he does have, he could like make it so it's not a real conversation.
Right. Like
Big Mike.
I don't think it's conversation, but that's something totally different. But I mean, I still think he should have waited another couple weeks, just be in practice, do some, good runs in practice, get, work up a sweat in practice. Don't have to worry about being in game until later in the season.
But he was.
I know what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, he shouldn't. I wouldn't have him playing right now.
Yeah, I agree.
I almost would have told him to just go to the G League and play some shit.
But he was in the G League for a little bit. It wasn't too long.
That would have.
It wasn't a long stint, but he did play with the G League. It was announced, I think, maybe a week and a half ago that he was down in the G League playing.
Did he? No, he didn't play no games for real. He probably was just practicing. Or some
maybe
shit.
I could find a report.
But regardless, I do think the G League is a little strong for a player of his caliber. That's probably why he didn't want to do that. Like, a lot of people don't go back to the G League of his caliber, right? But I do still think like he could have been just fine playing scrimmages. You know what I'm saying? He could have took the B team. You want to get whatever shit you want to get off. Could have did that on the B team.
So he didn't officially play a game with them, but he's been practicing with the Celtics G League team since February.
Who's the Celtics G League team? The main team?
The main, yeah.
Red Claws or some shit.
Yeah, the something clause. But yeah, he's been training with him, so that's what I'm saying. I'm not. Yes, that's funny.
I'll kick you from the chat. There will be no light.
That's Michael B, nigga. That's DJ. That's DJ.
Yeah, who is it?
He offensive about light skins. No light skin slander over here. But
silly,
we'll see how it works out. Is it too early, too late? We don't know. But at this time, I'm gonna kick it to Mel. Mel, take over. What we got next?
We have this.
Rashad McCants end up getting hurt.
I know a few guys.
And duck the smoke.
Do I look like a type of that would duck smoke or quit?
Yeah.
That's one answer. Kenyon?
No, I don't see that.
Brandon?
No, I don't see it.
Why y'all lying, dog?
We got one that don't respect me. It was cute the first time when tried to line me up and bring on the show and help him get his views up. And then karma caught up with him for you can't lie on God and then think nothing gonna happen to you. He just got out of jail for that, I guess. He will. I used to belt to that boy, bro. It's my son. He knows it. Raymond Felton, Charlie Villanueva. Said I was sick in a workout. I think I got sick right after I tomahawk dunked on his ass and I threw up. I almost threw up on him. I yelled so loud I almost threw up on him. I used to do Ray so bad in practice that it just like it still lingered. 20 years later, still talking about 20 years later. Why you didn't say this when it happened? Cause you lying. Lying.
Okay. Backstory real quick.
Good point. He ended with a good point there.
So, legend has it there was a workout between D. Will, Rashad McCants, Raymond Felton, and Julius Hodge. I think it was in Charlotte, I believe. And they were supposed to play 2-on-2. They was working out for most of the day, and then when it came to play twos, Rashad mysteriously got hurt and could not participate. Pissed off Julius Hodge and didn't like it. But then a similar incident happened in Toronto with Charlie Villanueva and a couple other dudes. And then another story popped up with Pat Beverly saying the exact same thing.
A couple of months ago.
Right. So word on the street is Rashad McCants is ducking smoke when it comes to these games. And he went and, he was defending himself saying, you heard what he said. So what are you guys' opinions on this?
I want Boo Ops first.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't hate nobody because hate is a strong word.
Go ahead and say.
But I dislike the whole podcast in general. I respect these players though, but I just dislike it because it's mostly him though. This was Rashad McCants dude. Out of all the players that's on there, he's had literally the worst career, bro.
Yeah.
Literally. Like it's not even a question, bro.
You're not better than Kenyon. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Well, no, I was gonna say what's his face?
Brandon Jennings,
Nick Young,
Nick Swaggy P.
Nick got a ring.
Nick Young was better than him.
Nick Young was better than him. Remember Lakers Nick Young?
Okay.
Nick Young was better. Like he just was better, bro. Like he had more of a, I don't even know what Rashad McCants was really good at in the NBA, bro. I'm just being 100, bro. Like, what did he do?
No, he's a Jonathan Kuminga
type shit.
He was a slash. He was a get to the basket nigga.
He could shoot.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he was an athlete. Like to me, that's a lot of guys that make it to the league for the most part. They're athletes, right? Like that's the bare minimum. But I'm just saying he didn't have no real defined game. That's why obviously he didn't make it in the league. But 5 years, I think, something like that, 6 years.
No,
McCant longer than that.
Yeah, McCant was there for him.
No,
he played. Oh shit! Damn, Boo Ops right. Shit.
Trying to tell you.
Nigga played 4 years. Damn. Yeah. He got all that mouth shit. There was a reason why I didn't like this dude. Nah,
it seemed like he played longer. Yeah, it seemed like he played longer.
This the era though. This the podcast era. So it's like I don't want to even I'm not trying to contradict what we do because we obviously got opinions just like he got an opinion. But the thing about NBA players, they feel they're more credible. I know what I'm talking about, but bro, all he do is just say, literally, he say stuff that's just clickbait.
He's the Daniel Acho of basketball.
He does, but he actually says that in one of the clips. He says, you talk about what I'm doing now. Am I not live on this podcast? Am I not tombstones in the chat? So it's like for him, he does it for the reason of getting the clicks and the likes. Like he's talking to a guy like Charlie Villanueva. How many years did Charlie play?
longer than him and was better in the league.
I know because Charlie was
A Pistons, man, he played on the
Charlie,
Pistons for like 7-8 years.
Charlie
I think
was on the Pistons, but he also was on the Bucks.
Yeah, he was
All
just
right.
clearly better than just fucking Rashad McCants, bro.
All right, he played 11 years. Now we ain't even got to look at Brandon Jennings. I mean, not Brandon Jennings. Who's the other one? Raymond Felton.
Raymond Felton had like 10, 12 years in the league. Might have played longer than that.
Yeah, Ray played about 10, 12. But I was wrong about fucking Rashad McCants.
14. Ray played 14 years in the league. There was another dude. Who was the other dude?
Now, Julius High didn't play at all. Deron Williams. It was Deron Williams. We don't know about
Darren Williams. Yeah, that nigga. I don't even got to look like he will. Sorry,
Clears,
he was always better than everyone and didn't master one skill, jack of all trades.
I don't give a fuck when, like, bro. I don't care if you was better than a nigga in high school, because like we all know the goal is if you hooped in high school, your goal was probably to get to the league, bro. Like for you to be better than somebody in high school and then get to the league and not even be close to these niggas is crazy. And the way he talks, again, he got credibility. Some people will be like, "Oh well, you can't talk. You never made it to the league." I don't talk like I'm fucking him though. On no level.
We don't talk like that at all. No matter how heated we get, we don't fucking be over here like
I do.
Well,
yeah, he for sure.
His best Mel does, especially when it comes to LeBron. His best game is in the NBA.
It ain't even with LeBron, nigga.
No, it's with everything. I know. I was trying to throw that in there. His best game, Rashad McCants' best game is 34, 5, and 4.
Yeah. Corey Brewer dropped 51 in the game.
Corey Brewer better than him. Stop playing with me.
But I'm just saying, it's the NBA game. Anybody can have a good game.
I'm taking 9 fingers over him.
I'm saying
the thing with guys like Rashad McCants is that he overplays like Gilbert. I think we said the same thing about Gilbert, like where they oversell who and what they were in the league, as if.
And if you don't do your research or you haven't been watching, right, you wouldn't fucking know.
You know, so it's like it will take 2 seconds for you to go and just put in Basketball Reference for Rashad McCants and then be like, "Nigga, you was out the league by 24." Like you was out the league by 24.
That's worse than Rashid.
But he would challenge you and say, "Oh, you know, I was blackballed, and you know, I went overseas and chased that bag."
Now we know what happened.
He's gonna cover that up.
We know what happened. He was ducking all the smoke in the practices and in the workouts. And Patrick Beverly, what Patrick Beverly said, because listen, I'm about to cut the Patrick Beverly up. Shit. I'm about to cut that motherfucker up. It'll be up on the channel soon because Patrick called me. Patrick told the nigga he was ducking the smoke.
I would just say, bro, like the reality is, bro, like it's levels to this shit, bro. Like you could be better than people in high school, bro. But like if your work ethic, if it's not there, and like sometimes it's situations, it's a lot of shit that play out before high school. And the same thing could be said about once you get to the NBA, you could have got drafted to a better situation, X, Y, and Z. But for the most part, bro, to be out the league in 4 years, bro, you're probably just not a good player, bro. Like, and that's not a knock against Rashad McCants, like a real knock, because again, you made it to the NBA. But it's levels to this shit, bro. And to me, he don't even acknowledge that part of it where he could humble himself some. No, he sits up there. Shit,
I got another.
What's that podcast?
Fucking Gilbert Arenas said no. That shit funny, bro. Gilbert Arenas said no.
Thursday, I got another Rashad McCants video we're gonna get it. Because as I was sipping through all the shit, I started finding shit. He's a crazy person.
I told you we can find a lot of shit and do a lot of shit over here.
Bro, the man said because I had fit. He told them people on Tony Allen podcast.
Yeah, that he could have had Kobe.
Okay, all right.
That's old news. We kind of brought that up back in the day, man.
Yeah.
We could talk about it, though. That nigga said he could have Kobe's 81. Who's 81? Kobe's 81. He said, yo, this is the talk. Yeah, cut that shit right off. Because he's delusional.
He said, "Man, we got Rashad McCants. I'm Tony Allen's out the
Now,
mud,
right,
baby." What you
right,
talking about?
because
Out
bro,
the
the dude
mud.
is delusional. So, and it's like he's also playing a character. You guys got to understand that too. Like he's playing a character to drive the views, to drive the likes, to to drive the people to the channel. So he has to do this. Like Gilbert Arenas said in that same clip that Mel just pulled up. If you go watch the whole thing, Gilbert said it like, "Yo, bro, this is basically a response." So they're gonna respond back. Now they're gonna bring another nigga on the podcast, have another nigga tell the same story of you quitting, and now what we gonna do? We gonna come here and have this same fucking response from you?
Yeah.
But I think out of all the motherfuckers on that podcast, Kenyon Martin is the only one that don't oversell his career.
No,
he never oversells it. I mean, the little Draymond Green
the
spat
Draymond
was
beef,
kind of
yes,
nasty.
but yeah,
Kind of nasty. I ain't gonna lie.
200 names.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
okay.
nasty.
I mean, but
That
they
was
all.
nasty.
I think I'll agree with that. He doesn't sell it the most. He sells the least to everybody else on there.
Yeah,
but they
yeah.
all
But
crazy.
DJ too, a nigga that you going back with words that be like, all right, fight me then. You kind of know you hit a nerve with that nigga. The nigga want to fight you down. And D Will said they could fight, right? Didn't D Will say they could fight?
Mm-hmm.
D Will ain't no pussy. That nigga black. Y'all better stop playing with D Will. That nigga black. Don't let his light skinness fool you.
Rashad McCants just talk a good game, bro. Like at the end of the day, I just still think like I don't take none of them too serious. Again, I respect Kenyon Martin that he don't oversell. Like I do think he sells sometimes. Obviously, I'm not saying he don't, but he don't oversell. I think the rest of them niggas oversell. Brandon Jennings oversells. Like, bro, cool out, gang. Like what's to y'all, bro? Like, I don't think y'all gotta do that for real, like to be what they is, though. I really don't.
I like the Jeff Teague in them. They don't seem like they do too much overselling over there.
No, because only one that got real credibility is Jeff. So a lot of this shit just be comedy.
Well, the chubby guy, sorry, the heavy setter guy too. He's been around.
No, I'm saying though, like
the only NBA cred, yes.
Yeah, that's the only cred that be mattering to like most people anyway. Like that's the trump card. Oh, I played in the league. Like,
and then the guy who hosts Gilbert Arenas show is somebody's brother too.
I think so.
He's an NBA player's brother.
Oh no, you right. You talking about on Gil's and them shows?
Josh.
Yeah, he's somebody's son. He's somebody's son.
Like
I can't think who his dad.
The
light skinned buddy, the host on Gil's.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's somebody's son. I think a famous, not a crazy great basketball player, but like still somebody made it to the league, had a decent career. I can't remember though. But again, like I just think with the Jeff Teague show, the difference is it's mostly them asking Jeff about his experiences, them
stories.
giving, them giving their commentary. B Hen is like comedy, so like he always know how to sell that shit a little bit, and it's not the same shit they're doing over there. They're really talking basketball, but a lot of the times, again, you would hear a guy like Gilbert Arenas oversell how good he is to some degree, not super nasty, because Gil was out of all the players like that. He was like that.
Yeah, but he takes that like that, and then he takes the helium and start pumping it and just
facts. I agree. Facts. I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like he oversells. Don't get me wrong. He definitely oversells. But I feel like he's the one on that panel that can say like, yeah, I was really number one option. Back. What?
Hold on. Hold on. Never mind. Keep going. Let me find his name.
Yeah. So yeah, but again, Jeff
Marquise Johnson is his father's name. He's a 5-time NBA All-Star, played 11 seasons primarily with the Bucks, and was considered a point forward.
Yeah, Marquise was a decent dude. I knew, again, like I said, I wasn't saying he wasn't a good player. I said he wasn't crazy.
That shit looked like a Tino Mobley for a second, so that's why I said you might have to take that back, bro.
No, I don't even bring up college football. When I bring up my college football.
Yeah, I don't listen. I'll listen to, like I said, I was staying on my ground. I'm more inclined to listen to players that made it to the NBA, but that don't mean I'm believing them. I will listen to you, but I don't mean I'm believing your ass.
Bring my college football shit.
I'm I'm more inclined to listen to you
Right.
when you're consistent. I don't really care where you really swing at, like far as
Like Charlie ain't never bothered nobody. Why
miss
you
hand
bothering
up.
Charlie Villanueva either?
He called
him sick.
Sick nigga. And
Yeah, he called him sick.
Man, KG did that first anyway. Shit.
Nah, but KG kind of got some, you know.
He got some heat for that shit when he did
Yeah,
that.
100%. But he's still up there in basketball where he could, you know, he got a reason why he's saying that to him.
And
like,
KG, I ain't gonna lie, some trash talk he do is not trash talk, gang.
Nah,
It's beyond that shit.
That nigga trying to hit a nerve, bro.
Game, man.
But that's what Rashad McCants is trying to do on the show, is hit a nerve. Hit a nerve.
I think they think he's comedy.
He started bringing out the oodles and noodles with the seasonings and shit.
No.
Like,
I honestly think these niggas laughing at him, bro. Like, I really do. I think it's too many people just basically calling his bullshit out, bro. Like, you're bullshitting, bro. Like, the people that was around him looking at him like, bro, they give him his flowers as far as what he did in college. Like, people say, like, yeah, he was a great scorer. You know what I'm saying? Like, but at the same time, bro, like, you're overselling what you became at the end of the day, bro.
Yeah.
You're overselling it. You just did not pan out, bro. It's gonna be a lot of Rashad McCants. It's gonna be a lot of great college players that don't pan out in the NBA. It's gonna keep
There's
happening.
already a lot of them.
It's gonna forever happen. It will not stop happening.
Some dudes are just good college basketball players. That's it. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just, and there are guys that you don't know about in college and become really good pros.
Right.
It just is what it is. But you know, Rashad, he realizes his space on that show is to be that guy, because he can't talk about what he did in the league because he didn't do nothing in the league. So he has to be the animated guy. He's got to wear the crown. He's got to do all the antics and do all the crazy shit because he has to stand out amongst them. Because Nick Young can talk about, like, when they got into it about, who was he talking? Was it him that they got into it about the championships? Or was that Kenyon Martin?
That was Kenyon Martin.
That was Kenyon. Like, Kenyon can say, I was the first overall pick. Gil can say, I was the all-star and all-NBA nigga. He just there. Like, I played. Yep. So he has to do all of the over-the-top stuff to find his niche amongst that group. No,
that's facts. That's facts. But the thing about it is it's getting too obvious now. Like, you overselling it. Like, it's getting ridiculous.
Yeah, because now what he has to do is, we get it, you didn't play as much as we thought you should have, or your career wasn't as good as you wanted it to be. But at least be able to talk the game. We had this conversation last week about guys whose minds were good, but their bodies ain't allowing them to do the things that they want to do. Be that guy. Be Tony Romo. Show me that your basketball IQ is really like that. Like, that's where you should be.
But it's not. It's not like that at all. Like, he's a troll. Like, he's committed to being that, and that's the part about being a troll. Once you get so caught up in that shit, you don't know how to back up out of it either. It's just who you done became. It's your lane.
Right.
Well, he better stop before more people start coming out saying he quitting. That's all I gotta say. But you know who ain't quitting? Russell Westbrook. Man, hit the clip for me.
Hit the clip.
What y'all think, though? Because y'all got a lot of answers and y'all always be talking.
I got no answers, but
Oh, it's very interesting. Y'all don't got no. You guys have a lot of opinions about how we do what we doing. What you got? No, you. Yeah, you make a lot of statements and broad statements that you have no context. So where do you get your context from? Are you in practice? Are you at our film session? Are you anywhere around the building? No, I haven't seen you at practice. So the false context of, and actually, do you know me? No, you don't. No, you do know me. No, you don't. My intent, I see it. But I'm asking you now, but you don't know me, right? So you don't know anything about me. Not you personally. Thank you. That's good. Anybody else? You guys have any comments about how we play, what we doing? You guys are quiet today, but you guys have a lot of comments when the game's going on, and after the game, what we doing, what we should be doing, how we should be doing it. I'm confused.
Now, Russ has had enough of the media, and he said also in that clip he's been doing this a long time. He definitely wants the back and forth, but he is right. This is what we get from a lot of our media guys. They say a lot of stuff, you know, and that's what I appreciate Mel, Buat, Mulich, DJ of holding the same standards, and myself of holding the standards of a lot of things we don't know because we're not around the team. So a lot of things is us just talking as fans, but when you're a journalist or you're in the media and you're reporting on these teams, you want to make sure you have your facts straight. You want to make sure the context is there. And a lot of times the context isn't there. So I'd like to see this. I want to know if you guys like to see this, Mel.
I agree and disagree with it. Because as we're media now, this is what we do. We're sports media now. So us talking about what happens on the court, we can't. No, we're not in practice with you, dog. You know we're not in practice with you, 100%. But if we see something on the court and we feel like, yo, they should be doing this, or this should happen, or this probably makes a little more sense because we're using our knowledge of watching games and watching this specific team and these players do things and just putting it all together in the softball and coming up with a synopsis on what we think should happen. And then we present it to everyone to say, like, look, they should do this. This makes sense to us based off what we have. And I get on Russ's end how that shit would look absolutely ridiculous. 100%. Because I've been a player. And me and DJ, because he's in the comments right now, like where I've told him, like from a player standpoint, the way that you see it and the way that I see it are going to be completely different. 100%. So being on each side of that, I can understand his frustration, but he also has to understand that they're just doing their job.
To a certain extent.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough space to be in because all right. There once was a time where athletes weren't so sensitive. So if you got critiqued, it was what it was. You just went out there and did what you had to do. The problem now is social media has a bigger microphone. So you hear everybody's critique. It's no longer just Chris Berman. It's no longer just Howard Cosell. It's not, you get Troy's opinion, you get Buwap's opinion, you get my opinion, you get Ahmad Rashad's opinion, you get this nigga's opinion, you get Stephen A's opinion, you getting, it's all hitting you. So at a certain, you don't mean to blow up at the dude in the press conference, but because you've been getting it from all over the place, he's going to be the recipient of it.
But I think he called out, before you go, Buwap, I think he called out the two reporters that he was hearing stuff from that was said without context.
That's what
I think that part is all right. I think them having a microphone to talk back, right, and not be fined or not be punished, right, they're going at the media in the right, correct way, which I think Russ did. I don't think he went at them in any way that was detrimental to the NBA. It's just him saying, hey, you're reporting on stuff, but you have no knowledge of it. So let's talk now. Let's have the conversation. Let's talk about it so I can give you the context to it. That's what I got from it. You know, I didn't get from him just exploding like, oh, you niggas talk too much.
No. When I say what I mean,
no, not you. I'm just saying, like, as other players have done.
Yeah, no, that's just frustration on Russ's part. That's what I'm saying.
Right, but to the point where, all right, let's get this context together. Let me tell you what it is, and then we can go from there. Instead of you guys putting out these false reports or these reports with no context behind. And I think players at some point have a right to be like, yo, what are you reporting on this shit on? Because it's my name. And at the end of the day, it could affect me. Those reports of if Russ is not engaged or whatever the reports, or Russ is not this, but it's other people on the outside now going to call the Kings and be like, hey, is Russ not engaged? Because that's what we're hearing, and we want to make a move, but now we're a little hesitant about it because these are the reports coming from the guys around the NBA.
But this is the media part of it, is because that's why we search trending topics. That's why we search the things, because we want to be the first person to present this thing to everybody. We want to be the first one to say Russ doesn't look engaged. He look how his body language on the sidelines. Look at this. We want to.
I don't think we do that without context.
No, it doesn't matter what the context, whether it's with or without context. We still trying to be the first person to do it, and by doing so, it does rub an athlete the wrong way.
It could. I could understand that point
because we don't know the inner workings of what's going on.
It helps if you have context for it. No context.
If I wait for context, the story is old.
Right, but if you're a reporter like they are, then you have inside people that you can get information from. Whoever broke this story to you first gave you some context behind it. Why report the story with no context?
Well, if most reporters are going to report what they were given.
Right, but most reporters also withhold information too. There's got to be a narrative that's spent in their report. This is a beat writer, right? These are beat writers. They have to write reports. Articles that sound good. It's a lot of fluff in them. We know that. So I think that's the problem with Russ. Is like, why are you putting all this fluff in false narratives and your fake comments about what's going on here, but you're not asking any of the team. You're not questioning us on what we're doing here. You're just going about it and saying, right, 100%. But then bullshit deserves to get called out, and that's why I'm saying I don't have a problem with Russ did.
But that's why I said it's right and wrong. I understand both.
Yeah.
As a reporter, I have to write I just can't write. Russ doesn't like what's going on right now because of this. That's a long. Nobody want to hear that. You want to hear Russ is upset. He threw a chair. I'm going to add shit to it because I need people to listen to it.
100%. But then you got to be able to take the backlash that comes from it.
Yeah, but the same. That's why I said I understand it on both sides. That's why I said I get it. He can be upset, but I also understand why the media does what they do. Like when I cut up videos, I make sure to add some extra sauce to the motherfucker just because I want people to look at it.
Me too. But what?
That's just what media does.
Well, like Mel said, we are sports media, and for me personally, I try to watch what I say, right? Like, because I did not play in the NBA or the NFL I'm gonna be nasty to a degree. I'm gonna be mostly nasty with you motherfuckers because we're from the sideline with it. But I'm not gonna be nasty to a guy in the league. I will critique his game and give my honest opinion about it without trying to discredit their achievements before that game, before anything else, right? Like I'm trying to still keep it all in the moment. In
that Russell Westbrook said that one of the beat writers said that they wasn't trying, that they weren't trying to win. And Russ asked him, are you in practice? Are you seeing that we're not trying in practice? Are you seeing that we're not trying to win? I think those are valid points that he points out.
Well, the context behind that, and I get this is where the reporter side comes from, is because that the Kings are one of the teams that were getting the tanking allegations put on them.
Right.
But
so that's where
that's true as well. But I think it's deeper, honestly, for a guy like Russ, though. Like, because in my opinion, Russ is the most unfairly criticized NBA player of the modern era.
That's true too.
So I think it's really just rubbing him all the wrong way. I think it's just deeper than it appears for people. Right? Like for me, I think Russ does have a legit beef with the media. It's not a fake beef. He has a real beef, and it's understandable because 100%. He's been truly unfairly criticized more than any. People will swear it's LeBron that's getting more criticized, and people hate LeBron. People do not hate LeBron James the way they hate Russell Westbrook.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I agree with you. I ain't gonna fight you on that one.
So I think this for me is about because I don't think nobody made Russ go out here and do this. I think this is more about him and about the narratives that has been spun around. Oh, he's a bad teammate. He went out there and stuck up for his guys. That's what he did. That's what he did. I'm tired of y'all talking about my teammates. I'm tired of y'all talking about me. Y'all always got something to say about us. No, shit ain't perfect. What don't nobody want to point out is this. Their best player is not playing. Sabonis is not there. What are they going to do without their best player? Most teams be shitty.
That's true. Good point.
Like I don't understand it. But again, it's Russell Westbrook that's on this team. So again, a lot of scrutiny comes to that. Any team Russ has played for in the last 6 years have received some type of scrutiny. And
Okay.
Russ, I just personally believe he's just tired of the media. So I think that's where it's
Yeah, and
mostly
that's
coming from.
right. And that's where I was, where I was coming, like where the microphones, the Skip Bayless microphone, this one Skype microphone, the social media post of him, Russell Westbrook this, and he's like at a certain point, like
Yeah.
it was so bad at a time where his wife had to come out and say something. Like
I know, I remember Lakers.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, I understand his frustration 1,000%. Like 100, like that's not even the case. I'm just like, I just understand, and I know on both sides that the media is going to do their job and the player has to do their job. But a person like Russ, like I said, because of how much scrutiny he's been getting since, like you said, 6 years now, it's been nasty. Like, how much can one person actually take?
And I do think the players as a whole are somewhat frustrated with the media too, because depending on how bad of a game or whatever may be going on, they lost the series. I do think it's hard to answer some of them questions. Your emotions are high, X, Y, and Z. But I also think, especially if you're a player that came into the league after 2010, you should have expected this. At this point, this should be well expected. The social media has been out.
I do think they have a right to voice it back. You have a right to write it.
No,
I think they have a right to voice it back in a respectful way.
You have every right.
Cursing at him, trying to fight him like Boogie Cousins and shit.
Yeah, but you also need to accept that you're going to be critiqued at some 100%.
Point. But
is it going to always align with what you feel about yourself? It shouldn't.
But not even about yourself, about your team.
But I don't see players doing what Russell Westbrook just did, though. That's
no, but
the thing. I see players defending themselves. Russ was actually 100%. Defending the team and himself.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. I don't have a problem with what Russ did. I'm not saying everybody else.
Most of the players have a problem with just literally people having an opinion about them.
100%. Like, I agree with Mel. This is the soft media ever where people they clap back, but KD got a bunch of burner accounts, something we didn't talk about, the KD fouls on the show, which I think we should address at some point. KD and why is it necessary for KD to have burner accounts? Because he will be scrutinized for the stuff he says back to people on Twitter, the stuff he says to media personalities.
The thing about it is that if you ask Kevin Durant, do he care about what people say? He will tell you
no.
He don't.
But clearly he does.
Clearly he 100%. Does.
I was going to say clearly he does, because he has 1 million burner accounts that addresses not only the media,
but still fighting with one right now.
But I understand that, right? Like, I understand that he's contradicting himself. That's what I'm saying. Like, now, as far as the media, do the media sell shit, stretch shit? For sure.
100%.
Like, and not just the media that's on Sports Center and Fox News and shit like that. Even some of these podcasts will eventually start selling shit. You know what I'm saying? I believe. You say who?
Mel gonna be the one start selling shit.
No, Mel just sell him. We just sell each other. We sell like our personalities. That's what I think should, you know what I'm saying, be the essence of what you're selling. I don't think we need to ever sell a story, because everybody got an opinion. Like, that's what it is at the end of the day. Everyone has an opinion of the shit. Is everybody's opinion going to be the same? Fuck no.
It's true. Mood, you got an opinion on this before we move to the last segment of the day?
I mean, I think it's just more the fact that a lot of these insiders or these analysts are trying to speak on what happens in the locker room, and they're not in the locker room. What I know Russ has a problem with, because a lot of the guys that will say that this person is causing turmoil, or this person is doing this, or this person is saying that, or this person is not showing up for this, or this person is having this type of attitude towards this type of coach or this type of person. And like Russ says, like, they're not in the locker room, they're not in the film sessions. Like, they don't exactly know what the heck is going on. They're just assimilating, they're just speculating on the situation because they want to see their team be successful, and they feel like they have answers to help them be successful. But if y'all did, y'all be coaches. Or at least try to be an assistant coach, or at least a attempt to try to be a coach, right? Or go be a coach, a high school coach, go be a college coach, go be a scout. Like, they stay in those spaces because they know that they can't help or they can't attribute in other ways other than those spaces. And I think that's where the frustration really lies when it comes to these players. But I like it.
That's kind of unfair though, because it's just like saying then at some point then we just don't need journalists. And I do think we do need journalists. I do think we need people who cover the game. I do think again, I think most of the time when these stories do come out, I don't think they're just coming out of nowhere all the time. I think it's legit smoke there. Like a lot of times these beat writers have connections to the team. They know a locker, a fucking towel boy or somebody is telling something.
But the problem always still becomes though, like if I know the towel boy, how close is the towel boy to what's going on and what
he's
we're doing?
standing there watching. He's hearing shit.
He's standing there watching.
But that's enough, gang. That's credibility.
But at the same time, you can take one situation and overblow it,
bro. If you a beat writer, at some point you don't really give a fuck how credible it really is.
But that becomes the problem.
It don't become the problem because again.
So why do you think Wojnarowski, when they report something, they double check it 5, 6, 10 times before they report it?
They're talking to general manager.
Prime example, right there.
But why do they don't report it right away?
But I'm gonna tell you why.
Sure it's facts.
No, they do. They see the problem is even if it's not, because listen, look at the whole. Who's the dude that's the LeBron guy? Is it Woj? What's his name?
No, Brian Windhorst.
Windhorst did a lot of stuff for Clutch and for LeBron, just for them to turn around and say that he was
fuck him, fuck him.
Like, but that's LeBron.
No.
Stephen A didn't do that to AI.
But him and Stephen A and AI got into it though
because of the way he felt Stephen A was reporting them. But
exactly.
Stephen A was reporting what was accurate, was he not?
But Stephen A was a little bit harsh on AI, a little bit.
And
I'm gonna say why AI felt that way because he felt like they was genuine friends,
right? So
like
there's a problem
fuck the business.
If I'm not, but see, that's my problem. If I'm not friends with you, nigga, and you're not coming in locker room, I don't see. Because Russell Westbrook said it. Were you in practice? Because we know beat writers, certain people get in practice, and you can mingle and talk with the players, right? Are you in this practice? Are you coming to see it for yourself before you're writing these reports? But what you get from a towel guy or the water guy or the guy that cleans the breaches or the guy that's mopping the floors, that shit might not be credible. Now, if you're getting it from a player saying, hey, there's turmoil amongst here, if you're getting it from an assistant coach down the line, then yeah, I'm more credibility. I'm with you. But it depends on you don't have the information and how they're sharing that. It can be in some, in most instances, yes, but what I do, it's somebody credible on the team.
The towel
I don't think it's the towel guy.
I'm just saying the towel guy normally gets information that no one knows he got because no one.
Yeah, but that towel guy also signs an NDA too.
That's what I'm saying. But nobody pays attention to the towel dude.
100%. I agree with you.
He's like background noise. He's just there. So you hear things that he's not supposed to hear. You see things he's not supposed to see.
He's not. What I'm saying is the towel boy isn't always around. He's around in practice, but he's not always around in every other function and every other thing the team does.
But if he if he's in the locker room and an argument breaks out between two players, right? These are scenarios that are real, bro. Like
100%.
These happen.
That's why I said they happen. I'm not just denying them 100%.
So what I'm saying is that part of
boy that's giving the information credible.
But part. I'm not saying that. I'm not never saying that. I'm still
that's
saying
Russ's point here.
That's not Russ's real point. Russ's point
is the beat writers reporting stuff without doing the due diligence on reporting it.
I think his point is still stemming from his experiences, personal experiences.
You can say that as a personal. You can say that, but in this instance, he's taking up for his team for something beat writers wrote that was not true.
So in his opinion, point is, I can't say it's not true.
But I was just about to say that. How do you? Why are you believing Russ?
I'm more inclined to listen to the player than until you prove me wrong. Show me what somebody else came out and said the reporters Russ was wrong on the team or Russ wasn't right about standing up to the guy.
The team would never do that.
But if you also listen to the reporter's response, that should tell you everything you need.
But what I'm saying is Russ could be doing damage control. That doesn't necessarily mean what the reporter said was wrong, he could just be like, "Look, you wasn't."
He said without context.
You wasn't. Yeah, that's the first thing a nigga wants you to do when they want to clean some shit up. Is they want to tell you, they want to talk to you about context.
A nigga wants you to get the context right from the first time that you put it out.
Yeah.
That's incredibly hard to do, bro. Again, when you a beat
100%.
writer, bro, like it's just incredibly hard to do to get
100%.
all the context right up front. Part of my job as the beat writer is to
write a good article.
Yeah, that for sure, but like still be relevant with what's going on. Rather, it's all the way true. A lot of times, again, these stories aren't phantom stories, bro. They're not made up out of nowhere. Like a lot of times.
Percentage? There are a percentage that are made up, though.
If it's 80%,
no, I don't think so.
They're gonna run with that.
There is stuff that's made up, and it's stuff reports come out, and it says that it's made up.
Name me something like
that
that's truly just made up.
Yeah, like something that was totally off the wall wrong. Yes,
like, name me something.
Even was it Woj or somebody reported something and then had to recant the shit and come back was like, I was wrong. They get it wrong. 100%.
I don't think Woj. I don't know.
It was one of the big head medias. I don't know if it's a guy that just went over to ESPN or whatever it was. It was one of them, and the guy took his spot. It was one of them.
Because Woj, yeah, Sharms did it.
Sharms, yeah, he put out a report I think 2 years ago, and then 10 minutes later he had to recant it. It happens. People get bad information.
But the thing with Woj,
from
and a lot of the shit. The thing with Woj though, like again, he can't afford to be wrong. That's his job. He can't afford.
Beat writers.
Yes, beat writers can afford to not even necessarily be wrong, but not just be all the way right. That's what it really is. They don't have to be all the way right.
Yeah, and as long as they're about 80%, they good.
Yeah, I feel you there. I'm not saying that they don't have a right to write, but I'm just saying, while staying on it, that if you're gonna write it, I got a right to call you out. As long as I'm not coming at you disrespectfully, and I'm trying to have an open dialogue like Russ was, then why not?
Yeah, but if you know, a lot of times though, bro, like I'm not saying if you're a beat writer, you're not expecting the players to be aggressive with you, bro. Like you're not expecting the players to combat you and ask you questions.
More and more in this time.
It's just
of social media. Beat writers
when we see it, it be mostly because they're asking players who just lost the game and they're frustrated and they're pissed off, bro. They give them whatever, like at that point in time. Like I don't even want to talk to them.
I can understand that, but
but you still supposed to understand that's part of these people's jobs to ask you questions.
100%, and I'm not taking it away from them. But if I'm gonna throw some shit back at you, take it. We asking the players to take it, but saying they don't respond to them. Like Russ wasn't coming out and saying every little thing that everybody has said.
It's not players. It's not in the player's job description to ask reporters questions.
He pointed to them.
It's still not in a basketball player job description to ask reporters questions.
100%. But I could rebuttal.
Why not though?
It's just not in their job description. You don't get paid to do that.
But it's in my job description to sit here and give you a post-game interview or media day. So if I'm talking to you and you talking to me, there has to be some back and forth.
It's called obligations.
And we have seen players ask beat writers and reporters questions all the time. Not in this manner, but all the time.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm not even saying you don't have to ask the player. The reporter a question, bro. But at the end of the day, bro, most of the time these players do not feel this way if they're coming off of a championship. They answer every question. Blah 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 blah. You can't
be sometimey with your attitude.
Exactly, bro. Just keep it 100, bro. They be sometimes.
For sometimey with his attitude. Russ has always been Russ, though.
I think Russ has always been.
But I said that about Russ, though. I'm saying Russ has been Russ. He's consistent.
Players in general, just the players.
Yeah, I'm talking players in general.
I agree with in the sense that players normally do it when the media is attacking them personally. I agree with that 100%.
Nobody really has done it.
That's the wrong way to go about it. But if a beat writer is going after your team and after your teammates, and you're doing it in the way that Russ did it to take up for your teammates, I have no problem with it. Yeah, I have no problem with the dialogue back and forth.
For Kevin Durant to have a burner account but he never addressed the media. That's sucker shit.
Yeah, I get you there. I 100% get you there. I'm with you.
The reason why Russ is so frustrated is because specifically the Sacramento Kings beat writers are not in the locker rooms. They don't know the ball boys. They don't know any of the assistant coaches. All of them have been talking shit about Doug Christie since he's gotten the job. Everything that they're doing is literally opinion based from what they're seeing, quote unquote, on the court, which doesn't make any sense because the lineups haven't made sense since the season started. So they're trying to attribute the turmoil on the court to somebody in the locker room having a bad attitude or not buying in, when in reality the team is just bad. That's what Russ's point was. He was like, bro, we just suck right now.
But what beat writer is not like in a locker room capacity? Like they would damn near fire their beat writer.
No, I'm telling you right now, they're not.
That's why Russ called him out. Go watch the whole interview.
I'm not talking about like outside of you feel me? Where I stay at right now. I live in Sacramento. I can literally go downtown. I can literally go to the Kings practice facility. I can go to the stadium. I can have conversations with these guys. They're not there. I promise you guys that. I can go downtown and videotape it right now. They're not there. They're not at practice.
But the beat writer, more than likely, if I'm not mistaken, the beat writer is paid from the team, right?
I promise you, bro. They're not there, bro. I promise you. They're too busy watching the game from the
side. But that's what I'm saying. What Russell Westbrook asked him, are you in the locker room? No. Or do you come to our practice? No. I haven't seen you at our practices. So that means some beat writers are going, some journalists are going. Just the two that he called out weren't going. You ain't in here, but you're reporting on what we're doing in the locker room. That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's fair.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I have a problem with what Russell Westbrook is saying.
What everybody else attached.
But what I'm saying is that we cannot act like the media don't have a job to do. You cannot glorify. Demonize them when they're making you look good on one end when you're doing good, and then not making you look good type deal. We just can't do that. We have to still keep an even keel. Like at some point, everybody got to do their job. We obviously understand that as a player, your job is to perform and get things done. But as a beat writer, again, your job is to stay current with the team. And I don't think, if the team is not doing great, right? Like the Kings aren't. I don't think beat writers are just living in the locker room, especially when your team is on an 8-game losing streak, and not to mention that they don't have like a superstar on that team right now. Like you got Russ, who's like a all-time great, and we know that, but he's not checking the box as far as must-see TV no more. He's not that no more. So I can see a scenario where beat writers aren't probably coming to the locker room like that. Like there's nothing, as a beat writer, there's not a lot of excitement going on, not a lot of, you know what I'm saying, stories to kind of captivate you. It's not a lot of intrigue there.
Problem for you to be a beat writer and not being there, but rewriting stories and making shit up, like I said, just to fucking get a post out, bro.
I don't know if they making stuff up. I just think
where they getting it from. Moolies tell you they ain't got no connection with the Cowboys.
It ain't that they getting nothing. Like for a beat writer to say, well, it don't seem like the team is playing like they want to win. Because
no, they say it's turmoil in the locker room and somebody is to blame for it. Where did they get that from if they're not in the locker room?
It is somewhat turmoil in the locker room.
How?
Because, bro, like you can see, like again, Zach LaVine don't want to be there.
Right, but is it turmoil in the locker room or turmoil with the team? Like a player's not wanting to play there, Sabonis is out.
I mean, Zach LaVine is 28, 29? He's not even 30 yet.
He done for.
He's still averaging 26 points a game. Like I used to say a long time ago, though, he's one of the most prolific scorers that just don't have no real impact. Again, I never understood why they brought him to Sacramento when DeMar DeRozan and him didn't really get along in Chicago too much. Like I didn't understand.
Right, but that's a bad organization. And we know the Kings are not a good organization.
But that's, to me, that's still more on the player, because all he had to say was that he don't want to come there. He could have told.
But what if he didn't have an option?
He did.
Or what if he thinking on his last big contract, as Mel like to say, and he's securing his money?
I don't think he was on his last big contract. He just not finna get one now because his contract is he's still playing on the contract from the Bulls, and he not he probably I think this is his last year. He might be a free agent if I'm not mistaken. He might be a free agent this year.
He's in his third year of a 5-year, $215 million contract. Yeah, he went there to keep his fucking money.
He could have kept his money anywhere. What you mean?
No, he don't have no say when we get traded. He ain't having no trade clause.
I'm still saying, bro, it is plenty of times where you've heard a player come out and say, "Yeah, I don't want to be there." X, Y, and Z.
And what is he gonna do?
But,
so he's gonna.
I would say that's it's still bold more like for a player that's in the last year. Like if he can literally walk that next year, like I can see
exactly. He has 3 years left or 2 years left.
Well, 2 years left. But I'm still saying, regardless, like he could have put a bug out there that he didn't want to play for the Kings because he still can just ask for a trade again.
He can, but he can't come right back and ask for a trade. He has to wait.
Yes, you can. It'd just be unprecedented.
No,
he could do that.
You have to wait. It's in your contract. You cannot ask for. You cannot get traded from one team to the next after the next after the next.
Why not?
There's a limit on what you can trade. I believe there's a limit on what you can trade.
A player can get traded if the money makes sense, bro. As long as that money making sense, you can get up out of there. We done seen players get traded multiple times, like in the season. I'm just still saying though, the reality is that is a bad organization. They do make a lot of bad decisions, but I just think for when I look at Russ in general, I don't have a problem with what he did because again, I think
restrictions are met when you're trading a player, one single player, multiple times in 1 year. There are restrictions for it.
Yeah, restrictions, but not like it's prohibited. Like it's not against if you can make it work, you can make it work.
A team cannot trade a first-round pick or in consecutive years. We know that. Players on rookie scale extensions may have a poisonous pill provision. Like there's 4 of them right here. There's a lot of restrictions on it. I don't know. And then even if you're saying he could get traded to the Kings and ask for a trade again, there's no saying just because I'm asking for a trade, the Kings have to trade me, nigga. No, you're gonna play your money out.
I didn't say they did.
And you don't get paid. I'm just saying. I didn't say you did. I'm saying there's other options the Kings can take too. Like, all right, you don't want to play for us, we're not trading. You want to sit out, we're not paying you. They did it to Ben Simmons.
No, they didn't. They had to pay Ben Simmons his money.
He had to sue him to get paid.
Yeah, regardless, I can get my money back. I don't give no fuck.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to go through all this course and then even they're not saying that the Ben Simmons situation is gonna work out for Zach because Zach ain't injured. Zach ain't dealing with mental health. Ben has shit he was dealing with.
Yeah, but if I'm telling you, I don't want to. Like, I don't even see that really being the case. But I'm just still saying, like, as a franchise, it's like you said about Jonathan Kuminga. Why would you keep him there? He don't want to be there.
100%. If he doesn't want, but we don't know if Zach wants to be there.
I don't think he wants to be there.
You saying you don't think, but we don't know. Zach hasn't come out and said that he doesn't.
I mean, we don't know a lot of shit. I'm just giving my opinion, motherfucker.
No, I know, but I'm saying it from fuck you. I'm saying it from the other side of it. Like, yeah, it could be that he doesn't want to be there, or it could be he does want to be there. I just go off of this year if everybody was healthy. You have a 26-point scorer. You have what is Sabonis? A 24, 25-point scorer?
Yeah, he ain't really that. I'll say more like a 19, 20-point scorer, something like that. He more of a double machine. He'll get you like 19 and 14, like 5, 6 assists, which is great numbers. I still think the problem is if Zach LaVine was ever to take another leap, like he's supposed to be in these Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker's type talks. Like he's just not in these talks. I'm not gonna say that. I ain't gonna say I just knew that. I'm not gonna say that. I ain't gonna say I just knew that. Like I would say the way he was blossoming. I would say the way he was blossoming. And then I give you a chance. Like I'm not saying the first year you blossom, you're supposed to have these automatic results.
Yeah, 20.
I'm saying I've seen him come to Chicago, get better as a player. He was in the talks where is Donovan Mitchell better than him? Is Devin Booker better? Like a lot of players, it was some people saying that I like Zach LaVine game better than Donovan Mitchell. He can shoot better,
And then he
things of that
leveled out.
nature.
To me, he
I
leveled
don't
out.
I don't even know if he leveled out, bro. I just think sometimes, like when you go to a bad team, like he went to the Bulls, they were a bad team. They just lost Jimmy Butler. Um, he put up good numbers, right? He had a great year from an individual standpoint. When you look at his numbers, okay, yeah, you put up 25, 26 a game on great efficiency. But the moment DeMar DeRozan arrived to the Bulls is where I thought like he kind of took a back seat, right? Like he not a back seat, but like I would say more so because I think he was hurt. I think he just really didn't want to compete. Like for the because DeMar DeRozan kind of like for the most part had a breakout type of year, like to be 30 some years old. Like that was crazy to see. I think I made a TikTok like some years ago, DeMar DeRozan is the first player I've ever seen like in his 30s go from never being top 15 to being top 10. That's how crazy DeMar DeRozan was playing. Like he was in MVP talks, making all type of buzzer beaters and shit like that. That first year he got to Chicago, bro. Like, so I think when that happened, I think, and then you see it all the time. It's like a history of it. Like most of these players want to be the man, and it's hard once a team kind of you thought you was the man. Now another nigga looking like he better than you and shit. Like it just be weird vibes. So like I don't know if Zach LaVine is ever going to shake that just I'm a solid player type dude. Like he a good player. I don't even want to call him solid. He a good player, but it's just he has not took that leap to becoming a great player in my opinion. Like, and
I
that's
agree. That's what I
it's
mean by he leveled
unfortunate.
out. He leveled out
Yeah,
at a good player.
yeah. Like I will say he capped out. Yeah, for sure. I
Yeah,
agree
he
with you.
leveled out at a good player.
Capped out.
All right, well, let's finish this show off with bring to the era. I don't have the little art thingy, so we're just gonna get right into it. Don't know if I did these two people before, but we're gonna do them again because now I got the years. So it's Klay versus Ray Allen. So we're putting Klay getting drafted in '96, and Ray Allen is getting drafted in 2012. Same teams, same trajectory. Who do you feel does better, Klay or Ray Allen?
Ray Allen easily. Like it's not even fucking close. You're telling me Ray Allen comes into the league with Stephen Curry?
Mm-hmm.
That shit is it is going to be ridiculous, bro. Like I'm not gonna lie, like the shooting is going to be ridiculous day one, like ridiculous.
But remember when Ray first came in, he was more of a slasher, dunker, cross you up, get to the rim type of dude.
No, I know that, but I'm still saying the shooting was there though. Like, and then
it
if
was.
they're still playing, if they're playing in that type of system still, like
Mm-hmm.
he would just evolve a little bit faster to that type of player, but with skill. Like that's not
True.
only thing I'm resolute. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to just stand on the 3-point line. Like I don't have to just do that. You can give me the ball. I can go get a bucket, a real bucket for you. So I think it's just a nastier situation, bro. Like to be honest, like I'm not saying that Klay Thompson defensively, I would say he's better than Ray Allen for sure. Like I would say that, but it's not like I don't think a young Ray Allen would have been able to still get out there and do similar things defensively that Klay Thompson did. Like not saying he would do the same exact things. I don't want to take away nothing from Klay. I do think Klay is a good defender. I think Ray is more of an average defender. But yeah, I think from an offensive standpoint, that team a little bit more deadlier early on. Versus Klay coming to the Bucks, playing with the guy like Big Dog, Glenn Robinson, I think he'll still be good now. I'm not saying that. I don't think he would have been.
I don't know if he can carry the load like Ray did with the Supersonics in the Bucks.
Well, the thing about it, I don't even think Ray really carried the load, like necessarily through the once he came to the Bucks, because again he had a guy like Glenn Robinson there, and I think that would help a guy like Klay as well, having a guy, because Big Dog was a hell of a scorer. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? He was a hell of a number one option at that time for that team. Like, it wasn't like you had to come in and just take over. You know what I'm saying? So I think Klay would have been able to grow, just kind of like Ray did. I just don't think he's as talented as Ray. I think the talent is the difference between the two players. I think a young Ray can handle that ball a little way better, in my opinion, than Klay could. Like, and he had a more evolved game where Klay is at his core, he's just a shooter. He's not a scorer. He's a shooter. Ray Allen was a scorer.
Yes, he was. Mulich, anything to add before we get our asses up out of here?
I'm going Ray, honestly. Just the better player at the time. And if you put him with Steph in that offense with Steve Kerr, there's no question.
And they get KD later on too. Woo! Damn, son. How you gonna let them do that? But anyway, take us out of here, Mulich. You took us out. I got
If it's hoops, we map it. No story, we're lacking. Every week, bring the heat like a fast break happening. So lace up, tune in, let the energy rise. Where the game meets the mic.